Hi guys, I hope you don't mind that I'm doing this video as a PowerPoint format, but anyhow, I will be discussing my USMLE timeline, the sources that I use to review for each of the steps, a short comparison of my PLE and USMLE experience, and a life update. So let's start with my USMLE timeline. In 2019, I took Step 1, Step 2 CK, and Step 2 CS, which, yes, I know it has been discontinued as of 2022. Anyhow, in 2020, I got my ECFMG certification, and I took Step 3. So specifically, I took Step 1 in April 2019. I originally scheduled it for March, but yeah, I did not feel ready. It was nerve-wracking. It was dreadful. It was just so difficult compared to PLE that I felt that I needed an extra month to study. So I took it April. Step 2 CK, I took July 2019, and Step 2 CS, I took October of 2019. And Step 3, I took it in July, but again, originally I scheduled it for April, so it'd be like, a 1-year anniversary or a 1-year mark since I took Step 1. But unfortunately, COVID happened, and so all the exams were canceled, and I was able to reschedule and take the exam in July. Alright, for Step 1, these are the main review sources that I use. Definitely, first aid is a must. Pathoma, the videos were helpful. UWorld, definitely another must. I did the QBank with a one-time reset. And of course, I did my notes on Anki. I actually like to do my notes, by hand, but it was just too much and it was time consuming, so all my notes from the USMLE is in Anki. For NBME, I took whatever available exams were at the time. And for the bottom YouTube channels, those are the main ones that I used. For LY Med or low yield med, I used these videos while reviewing first aid. And Med School Moose and Dirty Medicine, they have really high yield photos or images. For Step 2 CK, again, UWorld with the one-time reset QBank, Anki, NBME, and YouTube again. I didn't put first aid here because I don't really remember using it. I might have, but I don't remember 100%, so it's not on this list. Step 2 CS, I did a 3-day workshop in New York City with NYCS Prep, and if Step 2 CS was still a thing today, then I would totally recommend this workshop 10/10. First aid for Step 2 CS is not really a must, but it was still helpful anyway. I also did a little bit of Anki notes for my differential diagnosis. And then for MD for All YouTube channel, his physical exams are very helpful for the Step 2 CS. For the last one, Step 3, I used Master the Boards to review. And again, UWorld with a one-time reset QBank, NBMEs, and Anki. And now for a comparison of my PLE and USMLE journey or experience. I'll be talking about the application process, the fees, how I reviewed, my exam experience, and the exam format. All right, for the application process, let's start with PLE. It's half and half, like half online, half in person. So you register online through PRC or Professional Regulation Commission. You make an account, you fill up all the forms and set up an appointment. And then you show up to PRC in person and submit all your documents there. I don't know how it has changed with COVID, but when I applied for the exam, I had to go in person. The schedule for the PLE is twice a year, so you can take it in March or in September/October. I think after the pandemic, they scheduled the September exam to October. So now I think it's officially March or October. All right, now for the USMLE application process, everything is online. First, you make an account or apply for the ECFMG certification through ECFMG. And that's also where you apply for USMLE Step 1 and Step 2. For Step 3, you go to FSMB, the Federation of State Medical Boards, and once you apply and get your application process completed, you will get a scheduling permit, and with that you can schedule your exam through Prometric website. The schedule for the USMLE is year-round except for holidays and the first 2 weeks of January. Now for the fees, so these are the prices as of January 2023. When I took the PLE back in 2018, it was 900 pesos. And I think it's still 900 pesos now. But for the USMLE fees, everything has gone up. So for ECFMG certification, when I applied for it back in 2019, it was 135. Now it's 160. Step 1 was 940. Now it's 1,000. Same thing with Step 2 CK. Step 2 CS at the time was 1580. So that was the most expensive step of the USMLE. But now that there's no more Step 2 CS, there's multiple pathways that you can apply for, so you can satisfy the clinical skills part of the USMLE, and the price for that is $925. And lastly, for Step 3, when I took it, it was $895, and now it's $915. Alright, my review experience. For the PLE, I mainly reviewed with a review center. So I did Med Experts in Davao City. So this was us, everyone who took the review session during July and August of 2018. For the USMLE, it's all self-review except for the Step 2 CS where I did a workshop, but mainly it's self-review. So there's a picture of me in the library. I also studied a lot at Barnes & Noble and of course at home. UWorld is definitely a must for all of the steps. And here we have Anki, First Aid, and Pathoma in the middle because I use all three for both the PLE and USMLE. Alright, exam experience. I took the PLE in DMSF, Davao Medical School Foundation, with my friends and along with other doctors. Basically, everyone that was there was taking the same exam, the PLE exam. Here on the right, these are screenshots from the Prometric YouTube video. When I took the USMLE, basically you go to a testing center, you get checked with a metal detector, they take your fingerprints for biometrics, and they also take your photo. And when you take the exam, you're in a cubicle like this in front of a computer. You're taking the USMLE, and next to you, someone could be taking NCLEX, and the other cubicles, another type of exam. So I'd say my PLE experience was warmer and just with friends. It wasn't as stressful as it was because I had friends and everyone else in the same place taking the same thing. So we were all in misery together. So it didn't quite feel as bad. All right, exam format. For the PLE, there's 12 subjects. So there's 4 days total, so 3 subjects per day. Each subject is 2 hours long, so a total of 24 hours for all of the exams. The PLE exam is written, so you do put your answers in a Scantron sheet. There's 100 questions per subject, and it's mostly MCQs or multiple choice, and you get an hour break in between exams. For the USMLE, for Step 1, it tests the basic sciences. So it's up to 8 hours with 7 block exams. As for Step 2 CK or clinical knowledge, it's up to 9 hours with 8 blocks. For Step 2 CS or clinical skills, it's up to 8 hours. It was an OSCE type of an exam So you go into a room, there's an actor posing as a standard patient, you interview them for your history, do your physical exam, and give your differentials, and then later on type up your report, your differentials, and management. So I think there was a total of 12 standard patients for that exam. For step 3, it's a 2-day exam. For the first day, it's on the foundation of independent practice. It's up to 7 hours long. And for the second day, it's advanced clinical medicine. It's up to 9 hours long. And besides the usual blocks, you also have around 13 CCS or clinical case simulations. In general, the USMLE exam is computerized. Everything is randomized. So, the first question could be about anatomy, the next one could be about biochemistry, and the next would be pharmacology. So that was one of the ways that it was so much harder than the PLE. And besides the multiple choice questions in the USMLE, you also have images like histology or x-rays, and audios like heart sounds and breath sounds, part of the exam. And you have a total of 45-minute break for the whole day. If you skip the tutorial, then you'll get another 15 minutes, so a total of 1 hour. So that's just for the whole day. For the PLE, you have an hour break in between exams. So you pretty much get 2 hours total of break per day. All right, and this one is just the schedule for the PLE and what topics are tested for each day. So day 1, you get biochemistry from 8 to 10 in the morning. From 11 to 1, you get anatomy. And then in the afternoon, you get microbiology. For day 2, you get physiology, legal medicine, pathology. Day 3, pharmacology, surgery, internal medicine. And day 4, OB/GYN, pediatrics, and preventive medicine. And I would say, from my experience, the hardest one was the last exam, preventive medicine. Anyway, so this was the schedule back in 2018, and I think it's still the same thing now. I know that they're proposing on adding more subjects in the future, but so far, I don't think that has changed yet. All right, now for a life update. As of January 2023, I am a first-year radiology resident. So here, the horizontal photo of us in the hospital stairwell was on our first day as residents. And here on the right with all the trees are my co-residents, my co-first year residents. So this is us starting residency this month. I wanted to make this video or PowerPoint just to have, a sort of a closure to my USMLE journey. I was able to interview, but I did not match for the March 2022 matching cycle. And, I just didn't want to do another year of applying. I just wanted to get started. So I went back to the Philippines and I am now officially a resident. Okay, so I do have these videos lined up. These are from last year, 2022, like the second half of last year when I got back to the Philippines. But I scheduled them to come after this USMLE timeline video, just so I can have that closure for the whole USMLE journey. So in the future, if someone asks me about my experience, I can just, refer them to this video, or I can look back to it in case I forgot stuff already. So yeah, I don't know if this is helpful to anyone, but just in case, this was my experience. All right, so that's it. Till the next one, good luck and goodbye.